Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel and podcast. Well, that was a bit better, wasn't it? It's Chris back with a post-match reaction. Newcastle United have just beat Wolves at St James's Park 3-0. And my word, did we need it? Did we want it? Thank the Lord we're back to winning ways and played a little bit better as well. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute. Just talk a little bit about the team, the lineup, how the lads played, and obviously the great result we've just got today as well. Just before we move any further, as we always say, if you're checking us out for the first time, hello, good afternoon. You picked a great one because this is going to be really positive, unlike the last 2 or 3. Smash that button, subscribe, hang around a bit longer. We're over 6,700 subs now. Loads of room for you, Evermore, all free content. If you do want to support the channel and be a member, there is an option down there too for you. Click whichever one suits you best, and you get early access to videos like the rants, etc. You know, like I normally have when I blow my stack about something or other. So yeah, let's get stuck right in then. So obviously the lineup today. We were questioning the lineup. We weren't sure who was going to be in, who was going to be out. This is what Eddie went for. Pretty much the same team that played in the cup, with the exception of Lascelles dropping back out for Sven Botman. There was a lot of questions about this whole thing about Sven Botman and his injury and everything else, you know. But obviously Eddie brought him back in. I thought Botman looked a little bit better today than he has done in the last few games. So maybe that rest against Blackburn did him well. We all thought Longstaff was a little bit lucky to start. A lot of people are crying out for Louis Miley, but we'll get into that in a minute as well. But I think the big thing was Joe Willock starting. And I mean, my God, we saw it pretty much from the off, really. Joe Willock's energy in that midfield almost just galvanized the whole team. It looked completely different to what it has done over the last few months. I mean, I love Louis Miley a bit. I mean, I think his speed is in his brain, not in his legs. He's not the quickest of players, but when him and Sean Longstaff are next to each other, you can't help but to see that lack of pace. I thought Sean was relatively anonymous most of the game today. He was there kind of without being there, if that makes sense. You know, he was a little bit. I forgot he was there at times. I just went, oh look, there he is. He's moved. He's done something. You know, a bit like a new player entering the game on FIFA or something like that. Oh, there he is. He's just moving around again. But yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything right really today, Sean. He just kind of was there. But we'll get into the subs in a minute. But the first half, I thought we were excellent. I thought we pressed them so high. The return of the press, thank the Lord. You know, it's like Newcastle of old, Newcastle last season, pressing high, making players play the ball quick, making mistakes happen from the opposition. And, we did that really, really well. Isak looked like he was interested. Willock was all over the place. Gordon was like a wasp at a picnic. And it was great to see again. And that's how Newcastle get results. That's how we play so well under Eddie Howe. And just maybe the lads have obviously got a little bit more energy in their legs. They know they've got a bench now. There's players there that can come on and and make an impact, which we'll come on to in a minute. And I thought we kept Neto really quiet as well. He looked a little bit dangerous early on when he ran at Burn, but Willock comes steaming back to give him that protection. That's exactly what we're missing with Joe Willock and Joelinton in the team. And that's why Burn has looked so exposed, I think, over the last few months. But, we really played it well. And then obviously we get the first goal. Wolves are pressing. Mark was just actually about to say to me, I think in the messages, that Wolves were looking quite good on the ball. And then Fabian Schär gets it. He plays the ball out. Gordon goes on his bike and goes, but Bruno Guimaraes, my word, the ground that he covers to make up the run, to join this attack, he's absolutely melted it. He looked fucked when the goal went in. That's how much ground he covered. But Gordon gets the ball. He's kind of moving his weight left to right. Bruno makes that run. Bruno whips it across. Saw kind of parries it. A bit unlucky for him. It's our goal at Blackburn, actually parries it. Alexander Isak at the back stick with a lovely little header. We're 1-0 up. And the sight of Alexander Isak celebrating a goal at St James's Park again just makes us all smile, really. It was great to see. Again, he's building up his fitness. You can see that there was little moments today where those little jinky movements of Isak, like the kind of Everton movements, were there. But he lost the ball a few times because his movement isn't quite as sharp. I mean, Murphy played an unbelievable ball around the back of the defence. It was such a good pass, but Isak was just a little bit of sharpness away. That's going to come the more that he plays, the more minutes he gets in his legs. That's going to come. But we're 1-0 up. Wolves looked a bit flat, to be fair. There wasn't really much going for them. And then Murphy, who I thought was excellent in the first half, again, for the second, he puts a cracking ball over the box, a brilliant pass. Saw comes out, it's that no man's land pass. It was pissing down in Newcastle today, and the ball just zipped across the pitch so quick. It was quicker than a piss head at a happy hour. It was just zipped, and then the keeper goes and flaps it, falls out. Gordon smashes it in the back of the net. We're 2-0 up, and Wolves just look completely done and deflated, really. Then half-time comes, and for Wolves, because Sarr had collided with the post, I think, on the first goal for Isak, and Neto had some studs down the back of his back of his leg. It wasn't anything malicious by Shea. I think he probably knew what he was doing, but he puts his studs down Neto's leg, and then so Wolves come out the second half with no goalkeeper, and the best player is off the park, and that goes to add into the salt in the wounds that they were missing. Cunha and Chan as well. So the loads of attacking threat missing from that Wolves lineup, really. But the second half come out, and we were a bit rotten, I thought, in the second half. But we'll get stuck in the second half in a minute. We'll get some of your comments up there just about the game as well. We've got Robert shared pages and pause. Good to see you, mate. Seeing the press again was more than welcome. Great to see Willock's passing again. Absolutely. George says the big C word, control. Absolutely. We can't use a proper C word, George. We'll get kicked off YouTube. Ian says Bruno was filthier than a Christian Horner text message. I love it. That's better than my pisshead comment for the pitch. Lovely one, mate. Graham Morton saying chemistry has improved funnily as players come back into the record. A nice result. Absolutely. Got Geordie Revolution saying finally able to justify easing up for a 2 a.m. kickoff. So much caffeine. It felt like I'm on speed. Wired, but worth it finally. Absolutely, mate. And thanks for joining us late on as well, mate. I really appreciate you being here. And he is saying that little Diego Maradona turn in the second half, followed by the no-look pass by Bruno. Oh, my word. That was absolutely class. It really was. We'll get the man of the match in a minute. But so yeah, obviously we come out in the second half, and I think Wolves stepped up a little bit. They kind of looked like they were trying to have a go. They were knocking the ball on. They were eased off the gas a little bit. I felt we went a little bit flat in between, and then Eddie Howe, credit to him, makes the substitutions, he makes the changes, and he takes off Isak, Willock and Murphy, who were starting to look dead in their feet, and he brings on Almiron, Louis Miley and Harvey Barnes, and I thought all three of them looked really, really good. Just before that, Trippier actually went down with an injury. I almost forgot about this. Trippier went down with an injury on about the 53rd minute, which didn't look great. He kind of dropped straight away, and you knew he was going to come off. But I think the only difference really for Kieran Trippier going down injured to anybody else is we know for a fact we've got an unbelievable replacement sitting on the bench in Tino Livramento, who come on and was sensational defensively, offensively, was absolutely class. Tino, when he come on, and we'll get into his goal in a second as well, but he was brilliant. I thought Barnes, Miley, Miggy and Tino all added something to the side. It was just like a shot of energy in the arm. We started to click again. We started to buzz. I thought Louis Miley was looking great, looking for the ball. Within seconds of the pitch, he was having that first touch. And, for a 17-year-old to demand that touch straight away, it's just class to see. His confidence grows and grows. I mean, Mickey Bridges was doing commentary. Big shout out to Mickey Bridges, Whitley Bay royalty. Me and Mark love Mickey, but he was saying about Louis looking better every single game as well. Barnes looked like he was up for it as well, much better than he did in the Blackburn game where he was a little bit poor. Miggy was buzzing around again as well with purpose, pressing people. To be fair, Miggy could have had a goal if Sean Longstaff actually looked up and realised the run was on rather than just looking at his feet. But I thought all the subs looked good. And then we get the third goal. Tino Livramento. I mean, this was just before Dubravka made a few good saves, mind you, because Wolves did get in behind a few times. And Dubravka made some good saves again, very safe hands by Martin Dubravka. He got a 7.8 on SofaScore for a reason. So Dubravka again continues his good vein of form with his shot stopping. But yeah, Tino gets the ball. Fucking hell, he gets the ball. He just goes charging down the line with pace. He breaks into their half. He jinks inside. He's into the box. Gordon takes the centre half out, and he just thinks, fuck it, why not? And he jinks a couple of times. The defender kind of catches it, but he just toe pokes it into the bottom corner. He's on the deck. Everyone's shouting, Tino, Tino. He gets up rubbing his head like someone's just lamped him in the back of the napper. And he doesn't really know much about his goal, but brilliant cameo performance by Tino Livramento. And listen, we hope Trippier isn't injured, but if he is, I think we're going to be in safe hands with Tino Livramento stepping in. Bruno was class from set pieces as well, putting some really dangerous balls into the box as well, which is really good to see. So if Trippier is out for a few weeks, we know we've got that covered there. Good to see Anderson coming back on as well. He only had 5 minutes at the end, but it's great to have these options on the bench again. I mean, Gordon goes through the middle. I'm still not a fan of that. I wish we had another centre forward that we could put in the middle when Isak is tired on 60th minute. But I mean, for me, I just think good performance, well needed. Let's get some more comments up there as well. CJ Jones with Trips injured. I think we're a little bit more unpredictable. That's a good shout, CJ, to be fair. With Trippier, as good as he is, we're always looking to hit Trippier on that right-hand side, aren't we? Or he steps in midfield and people are starting to sniff that out. So you're right, without him there, and having Livramento's pace is another problem to worry about for opposition completely. And Bruno might get on the ball a bit more and do some things. Some of the dirty things he was doing today, like you guys were saying, some of these passes, these little touches, these little stud rolls and 360s. You were thinking, come on, Bruno, it's just filth. It was practically Pornhub at one point, mate. Jimmy Ray saying, hi, Chris, much better from the second half. Buzzing, how are the lads? Yeah, absolutely. And Andy Ford saying, clean sheet will do us a world of good. It's been a long time coming. It will do for the defence, Andy. You're right. It's the defence has been under criticism 100%. And I think Dubravka's been under criticism, but he's putting some good performances now. If it wasn't for Dubravka, we wouldn't be through in the cup. That's a fact. And shot stopping has looked absolutely fantastic in the last few games. And the defence just looked a bit more comfortable today. And I think that a lot of that came from Willock's energy in the middle of the park, and Bruno, it freed up Bruno a bit as well, having Willock's energy there, having an outlet, having another ball to play. Some of the interlink play as well between Willock and Isak was brilliant to see as well. They're just finding their way back to fitness, and I was getting little flashbacks of Spurs 6-1 when I could see some of these little link-up plays, and I thought, ooh, that's tasty, that's really good. And Murphy putting a good shift as well there, which he needed to after Blackburn. And with the options off the bench, I think we could be in a really good position going forward with the games coming up. I mean, obviously we've got Chelsea next. They're not in particularly great form. It depends what Chelsea turns up, really. But if we go to Chelsea with that kind of energy and that kind of press, we could do them over. There's no doubt about that at all. Especially if the top players are firing like they were today in Gordon, Isak, Willock, Bruno. So man of the match for me was a tough one. It's a real Rizzler Papers width between Bruno Guimaraes and Gordon. I'm going to give it to Gordon myself. I think Mark's putting a vote in the community tab, so let us know, guys, in the community tab and in the comments who was your man of the match. I think Gordon just shaded it for me because of his goal and his involvement and his, in the second half as well. He was just terrorizing them down that left-hand side. So I give it to Gordon, but it is literally like this between him and Bruno, because Bruno was absolutely mint, to be fair. Yeah, you got a comment there, Toon saying Bruno, man of the match for you. Yeah, I can't disagree. Like I say, it's so close for me. I was struggling to pick man of the match. I changed it 3 times when I was texting Mark before we come on. I'm also saying it feels like a lifetime ago. Since the Saturday feels this good. It does, it just cheers you up, doesn't it? Matt Thompson saying, fancy him, forget just how good Tino is going forward, because we relied on him so much defensively. You're right, Matt. He's sensational. The pace that he's got is frightening. Imagine that bearing down on you as a left back 60, 70 minutes in the game, because the kid doesn't seem to tire. Even if Tino had started, he'd still be running to people like that. Dave says, holy sheet, we kept a clean sheet. Absolutely, you're totally right. Two Nash saying Bruno's pass to Miggy was out of this world. The no look was brilliant. That'll get replayed loads on Match of the Day, I'm sure. How dare he pass to the Leazes while looking towards the Gallagher. That's how good he is. To have a player that can do that is mint, isn't it? It's been so long for us as a club before the takeover that we could have a player that was that good, that could do things like that. Probably Kabay was like the only one closest, I think, during that spell. Chris Gorson, good win, much better compared to Blackburn. Keep the momentum going up against Chelsea. Nice to have some impact from off the bench. Absolutely, Chris. I think that's key. Mark, me and Mark have said this for ages. Mark's been a big advocate about this as well. The pressure has been on Eddie, some of the decisions that he's made, some of the players that he's kept picking even through bad form and, and losing games and drawing games. He's not really had options off the bench. Today, he had way more options off the bench and he made a triple substitution. Helps for winning 2-0. That is obviously really good as well. But to bring on those players and all those players to step up and have impact, for me, was absolutely brilliant to see, because that's what you want. You want competition for places. You want players to come on, and you want Miley to come on and say, listen, I'm going to put in a right shift here so you can pick me the next game. You want Barnes to do that. You want Anderson to do that. And that's the kind of thing that we want to see. I mean, Tino straight away comes on, takes that opportunity, and he's not looking back. And we all know he's going to be Trippier's long-term replacement, but if he keeps putting in shifts like that, it's going to be hard to keep him out the side. It really, really is, because he's that good. He really, really is. As Vincent says there, Tino is so explosive and technically good. He really is. Luke's saying great performance, well needed, all down to having some depth on the bench. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. The game was going flat a few weeks ago. Newcastle maybe struggling that game. Maybe Wolves get back in and it goes to 2-2. But I think now we've got the depth. Now we've got the quality there. It is for me. vital to try and turn games around or stop games from getting away from you. I have done previously, and we did that today because of the depth, which was mint to see. Dan is saying it was refreshing to see us adapt our way of playing to try and negate Wolves' corner threat. Yeah, that shows in-game management from Howe, which we've all accused him of lacking. All these Nagelsmann links and stuff like that. It was even put to the press conference. But, that's the kind of thing that people thirst over for Nagelsmann, ability to change things. And Eddie showed today that he can do it, But he hasn't done it enough previously, which is what's brought that pressure. But, today was a good example of it, just like we did at Villa. Dean saying, great result. Class to see the press work second half. Very encouraging, absolutely. Kevin saying, not before time. We have a plan B for trips now. Absolutely, mate. He's got to rely on him, though. He's got to trust him. And Big Al saying, Bruno, the porn star, man of the match for me. Absolutely. And we've got a comment there from Luke saying, Sean and Gordon are well in need of a rest now. We've got some players back. Massively. Good shout, Luke. I love Anthony Gordon a bit, and he's so vital to this team. But we're going to burn him out. We're going to burn him out. He got his 10th goal, with his goal today. And by the way, Isak, I think that's 15 in 27 games. I mean, fucking hell, if he'd only been fit for more games, how many goals would he get? I mean, I think he's only marginally behind, Haaland's strike rate, who's got something daft like, is it 27 and 30 or something like that or whatever, in terms of the statistics. We pray for an Alexander Isak fully fit season. 25 goals, I reckon's in there. But Gordon getting 10 goals, and I think he's up to, what is he, like 8 or 9 assists or something like that. If that kid's not into playing for England, I'll be shocked, but we're going to burn him out if we keep relentlessly playing him without having a plan B for Gordon. I saw Lewis Hall warming up. I don't know why he bothered, to be fair, but no offence, Lewis. But I saw him warming up, and I wondered for just a brief second, whether he's been in control of the game, would Eddie try Lewis Hall, a left wing, and take Gordon off? He didn't do that. He put Gordon through the middle, and obviously took him off, I think, in the end for Elliot Anderson, didn't he? But it's one of them things. Maybe Hall could be an option. Could be an option for giving Gordon a rest. But Howe relies on him so much. He really does. Comment from Decker there, which I think is worth saying. Longstaff was meh. No idea what Eddie sees in him. This is a weird one with Sean Longstaff, because I think Louis Miley was really unlucky not to start today. I thought he looked good when he come on against Blackburn. I thought he offered more on the ball than Sean did. He looked like he was trying to unlock Blackburn's team a bit more than Sean was. I thought Sean looked panicky against Blackburn. His passing was a bit ill-timed, a bit rushed, and he's a better player than that. But he obviously stuck with him today, Eddie, with his energy. And he, like I say, he didn't do anything particularly wrong, Sean, but he didn't do anything particularly right either. I mean, he gets a 7 on SOFA score. He's 26 passes, 21 of them on target, so an 81% passing rate. He wins 5 of his 6 duels on the ground, loses possession 8 times, 4 tackles, 1 clearance. But he just didn't seem to really do much, did he? And I'm just wondering kind of what does it take to, to see Sean come out of the side for another player? I mean, just in comparison, just for you to know, Louis Miley come on he played 20 minutes, did Louis. He got 14 passes, 71% passing rate. He got 10 on target. He won none of his ground duels, none of his aerial duels. He lost the ball 4 times, and he made no tackles. So, Louis, I suppose, didn't do a great deal more, but he just seems so much more positive on the ball when he's got it than Sean. He shows for the ball, he makes nice runs, which obviously Sean doesn't do. So, Matt, we know Max is a huge fan of Longstaff. He's saying outstanding. I think you're related to Longstaff, Max. But listen, Sean does have a special place in a lot of fans' hearts, I think, because of the fact that he's a Geordie boy, and he works his nuts off at times as well. But he wasn't bad, he wasn't good today, he was just there, so I'm not going to criticise the lad's performance too much, because I didn't see much to really criticise. Craig Lee saying the players have been all over due to no replacements, meaning next to no training. Now they're back in the training pitch with injuries easing. We should really kick on from here. I hope so, Craig, I really do. It is key. Eddie Howe is a training ground manager, isn't he? That's what he is. He works on things in the training ground. He works on shape. He works on set pieces. He works on strategy. He works on, his marking. All that kind of stuff, without the ability to do that and just jumping from game to game to game. He's relying on muscle memory on the players. And I think in the moment, the players can slip and forget and get a bit panicky and go, oh, shit, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then sometimes it all goes out the window. And I think that's probably been happening a lot in the last few months. But yeah, the options are great to have. I mean, you look at that now, and we're only really missing I mean, take Sandro out of the equation for a second, because we've never really had him all season, in all fairness. Wilson, Pope, and Joelinton. Now, Pope and Joelinton are huge misses. Wilson, yes, he's a good centre forward. We all know what's going on and what you believe the stories. The problem is with Wilson, when he's fit, he can score goals, yes, but then he gets injured and he's out for weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's not like we're not used to not having Callum Wilson, but Nick Pope and Joelinton are huge losses. Dubravka, as good as he's been shot stopping and everything recently, still doesn't give you that super keeper mentality that Nick Pope does, and allow the defence to push up further, closing the gap between the midfield and the back four. That's a huge thing for Newcastle. But Joelinton's just pure energy and just monstrous gameplay, and the way that he goes box to box and sets the tone. We're missing Joelinton. We are still missing him. Joelinton in this side right now today, we might have fucked them 5 or 6-0 with Big Joe in there. Now it's only one player, but that's the difference that Joelinton gives you. But having Willock back is almost just as good. And I'm really excited to see Willock, if he can keep fit, and then he can obviously progress and get a few more goals. So unlucky with a header as well today. What a clearance that was, by the way. Great move as well. Lovely ball in by Byrne. It's got to be said. I know I give Byrne some stick, but lovely little backheel, beautiful cross by Byrne, and cracking diving header, which unfortunately was a brilliant goal line clearance from. Was it? I'm trying to think. It was. Was it? It was Totti, I think, wasn't it? It was Totti. Pages posted. I think Eddie's just worried about Miley burning out. Maybe you're right. You get that with young lads. I mean, I think Phil Foden was similar at City. Pep was under pressure to play him, didn't play him. Eased him in. I'm not saying that Miley's as good as Foden. Maybe he's half the player. We're in for a treat. But, I think it's a similar type of thing, isn't it? But we've seen enough of Louis Miley to know how good he is as a player. And I think we'll get cameos of him till the end of the season. And I think he's just going to get better and better. I think he's got another goal or two in him as well, following his Fulham strike. I really do. If he keeps getting them positions, gets a clean strike off, I think he's going to get another goal or two. But I like the lad. I think he's going to be a smashing player. Start by design, saying don't play now for 9 days. Take him to Dubai for warm weather training. Yeah, why not? I think Arsenal did that, didn't they, the other day? Peter Atkinson saying that's the Newcastle we know. Get in, lads. Absolutely, Peter. It's great to see that Newcastle back, because that Newcastle can beat anybody on that day, even City in the cup. If that Newcastle shows up and steps up, and it really goes in the face of Manchester City with that squad, there's no reason why we couldn't beat them at Etihad and progress to the cup semis at Wembley. We just gotta believe, and obviously keep fit, which is a fucking huge thing as well. Ragatoni said Eddie works on shape, so you down the kebab shop, Chief. I don't know what it means, mate. I don't know if you've had a glass, mate. It's early doors. You've started early. Good luck to you. Great comment from Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. 286 in the room, only 85 likes. Come on, guys, hit the button. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, smash that button, guys, if you can. Mark is telling me off somewhere in the background here. Smash that like. I go off on my tangents. Yeah, it really helps the channel grow. It's very important for the old algorithms and everything else. But it really helps us grow. It really helps people pick us up and help a few more subscribers join the party as well. We've got a belter prize for this 7,000 subscriber prize. I want all you guys to have a sniff of winning this, because it's a great prize. I'm not going to enter, but it's a great prize. So smash that button, subscribe. Thanks, Barbara. But I suppose moving on. Craig, you're right. I'd be good if Joelinton leaves as well. Fuck me. There's no way we can allow Joelinton to leave, seeing that Holy's left in this squad with his absence. No way. I think that deal will get done. I think there's an Ashworth thing here going on. I think there seems to be, again, without trying to be, I suppose, a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Sorry, as a motorbike goes past my house here, you think I lived in fucking Sons of Anarchy, the way these guys are driving around. So the Ashworth thing for me, there's obviously a big problem, I think, for the Ashworth and Eddie thing. I don't think it worked. I think there was an issue with players coming in. I think there was an issue with behind the scenes stuff. The fact that they made a point of saying Joelinton's contract will now be done by Eels and Amanda and Murder and all these guys. I think that the Joelinton deal will get done. I think it will get done. And that will help. Bruno want to stay. I think if Joelinton stays, and he's so vital, man, he has to stay. He really does. Oh, nice comment from Mark. Thank you, Mark. I love your channel. I bet Danny Murphy is looking stupid now. What he said about Bruno on TalkSport. I can't remember what Danny Murphy said. I think he falls asleep half the time. I fall asleep half the time. Sorry, when he talks. But thank you very much for that comment, Mark. I really appreciate that. Comment there from Sensible Monica. Great to see the intensity back, clinical in front of goal. Shout out to Dubs again, made 3-point saves. He did, mate. He did. And it was vital. Beg your pardon for frogging me through there. It was vital to the win today. It really, really was. Tunashi and Longstaff averaged 3.72. Couldn't be the BBC's harsh, man. I think there's a Macam in there or something. Sofa score's really generous, and the BBC's really harsh. Do they do that out of 5, or do they do that out of 10? To Nash, let me know, because I don't even look at the BBC. But if that's out of 10, that's really harsh, to be fair. Kev saying that Murphy was better after Rovers going on. Obviously, yeah, absolutely, mate. Harry is saying looked a lot better today. I think Willock made us better with his running energy and good long balls. Yeah, you're right, Harry. I think having Joe Willock back is huge for his football club, and the fitter he gets, the more dangerous he's going to become. And the Premier League better watch out, because if Isak and Willock start clicking, they're coming for you, Chelsea. They're coming for you, West Ham. You watch yourselves. Bloody hell, Tunosh. 3 out of 10. I wouldn't say Longstaff was that shit, to be fair. I mean, that is really harsh, to be fair. Who's working at the BBC? Well, that's probably a question I shouldn't really ask, isn't it? Who knows what answer you get on that one? We've got a super chat there from Matt Thompson. We've got $5. Thank you very much, Matt. Really appreciate that. Miley was the only one shutting down space to stop shots outside the box when he come on. Was running around like Miggy, but with purpose. I love that about Louis Miley. I think he's got a real good brain for sniffing out danger. He tries to press. He tries to close. I saw him down on the left-hand side with Byrne, and Byrne was talking to him as well, which was really good from an experienced player to a young player. But Louis' position was great in between the two Wolves players, so he could pick one or the other. And he's got these big, long, gangly legs, which means he can intercept balls a bit like Dan Burn does as well. But he's got better control and better passing ability than Dan Burn has, Louis. So yeah, I'm really excited about where this kid can go as a player. I think he was unlucky not to start. I want to see him start, ahead of Sean Longstaff in a couple of other games. Maybe Chelsea won't be that game, possibly West Ham, you don't know. But yeah, Louis is definitely unlucky not to start that game, in my opinion. We've got Mark in the chat saying that the fan votes on the BBC. Well, there you go. Probably Mackham's voting because they've got now better to do. Hyperbole is saying, let's face it, how devastating would it be to have J7 playing against us? Oh, man, honestly, he would rip us to pieces, wouldn't he? Imagine J7 against our midfield. Maybe Bruno get a red card in the first 10 minutes. But I don't think he would sign for any of the Premier League teams. I think he would go abroad, probably Joelinton. But yeah, I think that deal's going to get done, guys. I wouldn't be too worried about that. As Ragatoni says there, rumours has it that Joelinton's contract will be sorted this coming week. What a buzz that would be for the squad. Ragatoni, great show. I hope that's true. I think that'll be an unbelievable uplift for the squad and the fans. Positive win. Joelinton signs a new deal, bouncing to Chelsea, try and get a result there as well. It's all on the up. We're 8th. We're back to 8th. We're in for a shout at those Europa Cup spaces. And listen, let's just go for City. Why not? I'm not going to get too down about the City tie. It is what it is. I'm not saying there's conspiracy theories going on. We've had some honking ties in cup competitions this season. If you look at the Champions League, the Carabao Cups, now the FA Cup, if we beat City and put them out and get through to the semis, we've got a good chance of winning, because City are favourites, aren't they, really? If probably get Liverpool in the final or something like that. Craig is saying he's drinking tea out of his Joelinton mug. Stop. He ain't leaving. Yeah, brilliant. Love a Joelinton mug, honestly. We would make one if we didn't get done for copyright. We used to have ever more mugs, which we may very well do one day. The merch may return one day. Let us know in the comments, guys, if you'd be game for ever more merch. It is something that me and Mark have always thought about maybe looking at in the future, but we just concentrate on content and bring you guys these shows to start with. But if you want a merch, maybe with a Rant t-shirt on, we could maybe sort something out in the future. Who knows? Let us know what you guys think about that if you're game for a bit of merch going forward. Coming from Stu Mag saying you have to admit EH has taken a bite of a huge shit sandwich this season. Injuries, length of injuries, Ashworth, group of death, City in both cups, hard draws, the derby, the FFP. Some would crumble. That is a great shout, Stu. I think we do look at Eddie, but that's football, isn't it? You make snap judgments based on results, and people get agitated based on results and based on frustrating performances and players maybe not doing what they should do and being exposed and all that kind of stuff. Eddie Howe was a young manager, as I said in the video when we talked about the Nagelsmann links. He's a young manager and he's learning, and I think he'll be better for this season, stronger for this season. And going into next season, I think he'll be a better manager for it as well. If we back him in the summer, with this money that apparently is going around with the seller and the Adidas money, and he gets some more good players into that squad and keeps a hold of key ones like Joelinton, for me, I think we could be in a good spot next season. Yeah, Sensible saying the semi-final draw has already been made. We've got Real Madrid. Fuck them. We'll beat them, mate. We'll beat them. Joe Willock's back. We'll beat anybody. George is saying curry time. Yeah. I don't know if that's a reference to me, George, or you're having a curry. Either way, may enjoy the curry if you are having one there. Yeah, Hyperball, we want merch. Absolutely. Well, that's Mark's domain, Hyperball. So we'll have a think about that. We'll have a think about that going forward. We've got Ben Arthur saying that J7 is our best midfielder, hands down. He does everything. Drive with the ball, tack and get in the box. 7 out of 10. Fluffs it. Holds a play, sprays passes. He's fucking outstanding, is the easiest way to explain it. Sorry for any of the Ned Flanders who don't like my swearing. Not many of you guys are like that, but we do get the odd one coming in, probably marking me down in their little books, little yellow card for me, but fuck him. Joelinton is class, to be fair, and I do think he's vital to this Newcastle squad going forward. We couldn't sign another player that can do what he does. It would cost us a fortune. It really, really would. I don't think we'll be able to afford it with FFP. So get him signed up and get it done. What else we got? Pages and Pause saying, yeah, we're getting Brazil in the finals. Well, that's it. Hey, it is what it is. Let's just get on with it. We've got another super chat from Kev. Thanks, Kev. Yeah, keep up the good old work. Good man. $9.99. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate your contributions there, buddy. Really means a lot. Dean Charlton, how old is Miley? I haven't been told for at least 10 minutes now. I think, Dean, he's 17 going under, if that helps you, mate. So, yeah, very good. Very tongue-in-cheek there. Yeah, to be fair, it's a great shout, look. Neto and Watkins at Newcastle. It cost you a pretty penny, mind you. I think Wolves want 40 million, or was it 80 million I heard for Neto, which is fucking ridiculous. But could you imagine getting Watkins and Neto in that Newcastle squad? Whew, that's fire, mate. I love a bit of that. Absolutely love a bit of that. Craig is saying, I'm a 50-year-old bloke. Joelinton's the closest thing I have to a hero. Called worse than shit. Still got his head down. Kept his big boy pants and worked hard. And look at him now, old school mentality. Do you know what? He has the best character arc, Craig, I think I've ever seen in my life in terms of from zero to hero. I don't think I've ever seen, I've said this numerous times, I've never seen a player transform more from one position to another, probably than Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale is the one that blew everybody away, going from a left back to being this unbelievable left winger, left front attacker. And Joelinton is right behind him, in my opinion, going from a misfiring shite striker who fell over in the box to this powerhouse that everybody's shit scared to play against. It's an unbelievable transition. He has to take so much credit for that, but so does Eddie Howe, because he saw it and he implemented it. And Kieran Clark gets a little bit of contribution just for being shit and getting sent off. But listen, that will be a story that's told for years by Newcastle fans. Absolutely brilliant. You're right, Kev. He is a Steve Bruce signing, but I'm not Luke Edwards, so he's not getting any credit for that. Fuck that bacon chomping bastard. I hate him. I'm so glad that he's gone. Fucking Luke Edwards. Give your bald head a wobble, son. I know I'm not too far behind you, but Jesus Christ. Mark is still he loves a bit of breaking bacon. Yeah. You're calling me a liar? What I'm calling you a twat, is what I'm calling you, Steve. Awful manager. He will be parodied for years to come. And I don't know if he's going to rock up in football anymore, but Jesus H. Christ, I can't be done with that prick coming back on, who knows where he's going to end up. Terrific Lad is saying, would it be fantastic to pip Man U for 6 and rub Ashworth's nose at the twat? Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. It'd be superb. Yeah, I'd love to do Man United. I really, really would. It'd be class. Coming out from Roblox saying, be waiting for ages to see Miggy as an impact sub. Imagine you've been playing for 60 minutes, 2-0 down, and that running fool comes on you. Moral right down the lavy. Do you know what? That's the thing with Miggy. He's got energy to burn. And if you're fucked, like you say, and you're feeling your hamstring, and this Duracell bunny, T1000 comes legging it at you at 46 mile an hour, you'd be thinking, fuck, I can't be done with this. But, he's not great start of the game and win your game, but he could win your penalty. He could toe poke one in the back of the net and get you a draw or something. So, yeah, he is an impact sub. I've got no problem keeping Miggy next season. If you get somebody better in his position, that's what we should have done in the summer. And we probably wouldn't have had as much Miggy grief this season, if that was the case. Ben Arthur's just saying Bruce just posed in pictures, Kevin. He was signing before Bruce came in. I think it was the day Bruce signed. I think he was under the Bruce regime. I think it was a Lee Charlie signing, possibly. Pages and Posts saying, look, Edwards was on the BBC podcast. Yeah, he was singing there. I was tempted to do a rant about that, guys. I really was, but I think we just kind of ran out of time on it, really. But what a load of bollocks that is. Luke's all right. I don't mind Luke, but he does talk a lot of shit. Crin, it's just sub. Yes, great to have you in the subs there, Crin. Really appreciate that, mate. A couple of more comments, guys, and then we shall go. Kevin's saying he is Puke Edwards. And yeah, Mark is saying, anybody else notice that the Mackhams lost as well? What a day. Kalukale, what a day. Antagonizer saying Bruce will be telling his grandkids we called him Cabbage Heed. I love it when he starts the old self-pity parade, Bruce. Fuck him. What? I do talk fucking shit, lol. After remember. So I don't talk fucking shit. Not you, Luke. Obviously not you, mate. I'm talking about Edwards, Mr. Edwards. But yeah, I think that's all done then, guys, for tonight. I need to jump off, but I just wanted to come on, have a good chat with you guys about that brilliant result. Unbelievable. Massive congratulations to Eddie and the lads for that. Took care of business really, really well. I think Wolves, to be fair, little talk on Wolves. Wolves are a good team. I think Gary O'Neill's done a great job there, but they had massive injuries today, and they just come up against Newcastle, kind of kicking back in gear. I think Gary O'Neill, I haven't seen his press conference, but he always carries himself with a real bit of class. So I think he'll be very magnanimous in defeat, I reckon, on that one as well. Yeah, Stu saying, Chris, you'll never run out of rant material with a continued dross. Yeah, we do look for it, Stu. We see what's going on and see what is going on. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for all the comments. We always appreciate that. Like and subscribe if you can. Help the channel grow. Recommend us to family and friends. Get us over that 7,000 mark. We're really, really close. We've got over a little personal milestone for me and Mark. I won't get into it. Mark's probably cringing when he's sitting there. But yeah, we've got over a little personal milestone, which we're really, really happy with. So thank you, everybody who smashed that button. That's really made us smile. Mark knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'll leave you all guessing. But yeah, we want to get 7,000. We're really, really aiming for that as the next milestone. We've only been around a little bit and we're buzzing to be even where we are. Thanks to you wonderful guys as well. But have a cracking evening wherever you are. Yes, see you Monday, George, for what's going on. You keep me right, mate. I'll be here for what's going on with Mark this Monday. I won't be here the week after, sadly, after the Chelsea game because my day job calls. But you know that is just life, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to what's going on Monday. We've got loads to talk about, especially the banning of a certain overrated shithouse Paul Pogba, which I will be right on one for that. So make sure you tune in for that, guys. Thank you, Hyperball. 10K for the end of the season. That's the goal. What a goal that is to set. But have a cracking evening, everybody. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.